Alright, we've got some even more 5D chess going on today. I have recovered since my last video here, at least mostly, and we'll do some puzzles. We're at, what, 12 or 49? I'm not sure how many we'll do, but we'll start with some bishop tactics, made in one. Alright, what have we got here? So we've got a bishop. Seems to me the likely scenario will be that we want to move the bishop somewhere that allows for the king to be captured in the past. If we put the bishop here, for example. If we put the bishop here, I think that should probably do it, right? Because, well, maybe. I think so. Alright, yeah. Bishop goes back, gets the king. Easy, easy, easy. Bishop tactics 2, made in 1. If we put the bishop here, then it should be protected by the king, and we'll check the king one move in the past. As anticipated. Bishop tactics 3, made in 1. Oh, we're playing as the black pieces this time. Made in 1 still. My inclination is we probably put the bishop here and it checks the king from turn 1. Okay. Evidently not the case. Oh no, we moved the king! And then the bishop... Ah, yeah, we moved the king, protecting the bishop and checking the king from 1 turn ago. There we go. Easy. Bishop tactics 4, made in 1. Okay, this has gotten a bit more complicated. Obviously we can't do that. And we could put the bishop in the past. I don't think that does much, though. Well, hold on. I could go here. That would check the king. And it seems like a long shot, though. But okay, let me think about it. We take the bishop, we put it here. King gets checked. That bishop, I believe, is going to be protected by some bishops in other timelines. Maybe, or maybe not. Well, no, from the alternate dimension, yes, definitely. The thing is, though, I don't... Because we'd be checking a king that would then be on an active board, which I'm pretty sure the king would then be able to move pretty easily. This would be interesting, but you just get taken by the king. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, figured something like that would happen. If we go here, move there. I don't think that actually does anything. Oh. Okay, yeah, because it moves forward one thing. Right. Because we moved it back, created this alternate timeline, which then, on our opponent's turn, is going to be checking the king on the alternate timeline, and you can't take the bishop because protection. Bishop tactics 5, made in 1. Okay, this is interesting. We're apparently starting in a checked situation. And the question becomes, what do we do about it? We've got a light squared bishop, which is kind of annoying because the king's on the dark squares, obviously. If we take this bishop, go back and take the knights, like this, then that creates a board where I think we actually have like diagonal up 1, up 2, and I think that's fine as long as the bishop can't be taken. This bishop actually could be taken by this knight. Or can it, because this is our turn here. And actually, yeah, can we not do it because we're in check currently? Perhaps we just need to like make an alternate timeline with the bishop where we need him. Say here, for example, right? No, that doesn't create an alternate timeline. What are you thinking? We go here, create that alternate timeline, which is going to be good. Oh. Yeah, you checked me with your knight here. What if we do like that? Then the knight gets us. Okay, good to know. This? Okay, so that's the theory I was thinking of. Not sure why it worked in this case and not the other, exactly. Is it because in the other case I actually created... Well, I don't know. Pawn tactics. Okay. Well, I guess if we take here, then, like, we win, right? That was just normal chess. Pawn tactics 2. Ooh, I like this. So you take the pawn, you move it up to the other dimension, forking the 2 kings, and the pawn is protected by your pawn. That's nice, that's nice. And pawn tactics 3. Okay, I mean, this is the only board we can move on. If I just put the pawn here, I think it technically would get protection from the king on this other board up there where the bishop is coming from. But I don't think that gives you checkmates. Actually, who am I kidding? That wouldn't do that at all. Does that do anything? Apparently it does. Oh, okay. What happened is it's essentially the pawn's diagonal, like, attack thing, but represented wholly in time and dimensional manipulation. Combination attacks 1, mate in 2. Okay, so what do? I mean, we can get a check with the rook if we go there. King would have to move there. And then what? Not quite seeing what we do after that. Let's start with this. Okay. That might work? Okay. Yes, checking the king from last turn. Wonderful. Combination attacks 2, mate in 1. Okay, lots of dimensions in play here. So gotta get this king in 1 move. Like, is it as simple as this? Is it a similar sort of thing as before? Oh, ooh, yikes, but then you'll check my king with your rook. Ooh. But maybe that's okay? No, I literally can't submit that move. I guess we do have the pawns as well. Oh, wait, we could use the pawn to block the rook, and then use the knight to actually check. There we go. Nice. Combination attacks number 3. This is a mate in 1 situation. There's only 3 pieces we can move. The king, the rook, or the... Well, actually, I don't think the pawn even has any legal moves. So we've got to move the king or the rook. I feel like maybe it's going to have something to do with, like, pawn captures, maybe? What if I took the rook, put it there? That creates a new dimension with a pawn right here. That could be taken. Drats. Well, the idea would have been, at least, like, pawn can take the king in a parallel dimension situation. Oh! Ah, this pawn takes that king. Okay. And it's defended by the pawn. Wonderful. Combination attacks 4. Mate in 2. If I take this rook and move it here, So that king is going to be in check. He's either going to move to an alternate timeline, or... And let's see what happens. Okay. Check here. Then I put a bishop here? No? If only, sheesh. This was a tough one. If I just check with the rook, I don't think that does anything. Going back in time doesn't really do much. Oh, rook here. Or, rook here. Bishop there. Okay, well that didn't do anything. Rook here. Bishop here. No? Bishop. Bishop. It's annoying. The king, he's never on the squares that I can actually get. Like, if I just go there, then the rook just gets taken, which is not good. My ideal situation is I want to, like, cover the square and then put the rook there. And I just, quite frankly, don't see a way to make that happen. I haven't even tried moving the king, but, like, not really sure what good the king is gonna do in this situation. And what can you even really do? What I would rather do, we put you there. Then you go here. Again, it just doesn't match up. This is tough. This is tough. And I can do that, but it's not gonna do anything. Like, ideally, what would be nice is if I could put the rook here in the top right corner and have it's covered by the bishop. However, if I put the bishop on the dark squares, then the rook isn't in position anymore. Wait a minute, what if we put the rook here, and then we take the rook and we... No, I don't think that does anything still. Yep, that still didn't do anything. What if we move the king? Nothing, basically. Maybe. Let's put the rook here. And we put a bishop here. This is starting to get quite infuriating. Bishop here. Then we move backwards to here. Which of course didn't do anything. Oh, he's just slightly missing all of the kings. You can check you here, but we can't do anything after that. I don't think, at least. Like, we can't go there, you get taken. Can't go there. Well, I mean, we could go there. Like, I don't think it does anything, though. Or does it? It doesn't. Bishop here. Sure. And from here, I don't know. Can I just decide to go there? Does that help somehow? Apparently, yes. Combination attacks 5, made in 2. We are starting with a check. That is, of course, not great. It's made in 2. If I send my knights to the past, and then take this knight, I'm not in check anymore. And you're in check. Haha! Much easier than the previous one. Alright, well that was some fun puzzling. Let's go with just bronze. I forget what bronze actually do. I guess we could take, theoretically, or we could just reinforce. Let's see if we can get the king involved. Well, no, we'll put the king over here. Alright. You've gone back in time to take. Well, too bad. You're going to go across dimensions to take. Then we take. Lots of taking. Let's advance this king forward. We'll advance this brawn forward. Oh. I won. Nice. Because the pawn was taking the king up a square and then over one to the past. Gotcha. Just kings. Wait, what? Is this doable? Logically, shouldn't this be an impossible game to win? Uh-huh. And you can go over here. But, like, seriously though, there's no way to win if there's only kings on the board, right? Like, what is the end game here? What? How is there a... What? So you're checking me, but how are you checking me? What? This makes no sense. If I go there? Okay. Well, utilizing the power of alternate dimensions and the like, the king has been checked. Checkmated.